Hi, my name is Jordan. I'm going to take just a couple minutes to discuss some triggers of PTSD. A little bit about my life growing up was been through a very hectic life. Okay, I've gone through a lot of domestic and sexual abuse growing up, and it wasn't the best life. I've watched my mom be abused most of my childhood, by the guys she's been with, all the way from being choked to anything, and I've been violated at the age of 6 by my cousin more than once, maybe twice, whatever, and been bullied most of my life and been held at knife point more than once, and I've gone through a lot of tragic life events, and all that going on did trigger a lot of PTSD at a younger age. The PTSD started when I was 12, going on 13 years old, and I've been hospitalized. A lot of hospitalizations. My longest one was 3.5 years. Along with the PTSD, brought up some stress, and I went to stress-induced anorexia. A couple of years ago, I got down to 98 pounds at 6 foot, and I was put into Winnebago mental health. They would not let me leave. I was there for about 8 months, and they said, Jordan, you're not going to go until you start gaining some weight back. So I was there for a while, and I got the help I needed, but I still suffer from the PTSD. PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. It is a condition that is not curable or treatable. Some of the mental disorders that go along with PTSD is bipolar, anxiety, and depression. I have the three to go with it, and it can be triggered sometimes, if not mostly, from people who came out of combat. Like I was saying, it can also be triggered by traumatic life events such as abuse or whether that's physical, sexual. With me, it was both, like I've been saying, and I know I'll have this for the rest of my life, the PTSD shit, and all I know is I have to stay strong for this shit, I can't let it take control of my actions, and along with the PTSD, people that suffer from it, their mind is always in what we call flight mode. During flight mode, your mind's always at the set in a tough situation, the type of mindset. You have two options in flight mode, whether it's either to walk away or to fight. Mine's mainly fighting or lashing out, that's part of the PTSD disorder. And while on the other hand, the anxiety and the bipolar can be tamed with the PTSD. With medications and proper counseling, the PTSD itself will never go away. It's PTSD also causes short-term memory, and short-term with PTSD, somebody will tell you something and 5 minutes later you'll forget it. That's the downfall of this shit, so nobody will understand completely what it's about unless they're actually suffering from PTSD themselves. And if you have PTSD, and you could try until you're blue in the face to explain to somebody that does not have it, and they just won't understand. If you're suffering from PTSD, get the help you need or to get the right advice, you're best off finding somebody who's been through this kind of shit. Whether they have this other person, you may have a friend, it could be a friend suffering from PTSD from either war or abuse. That's still the same thing, The PTSD, a mental spectrum. The PTSD, it causes flashbacks, night terrors. Well, what's going on in your night terrors, it feels like it's really going on, the night terrors, also known as nightmares for some people. Well, the night terrors, it feels like it's really happening in your sleep. You can be stabbed in the eye by some guy, for instance, in your dreams, and it'll feel like it's really happening to you. The pain doesn't stop, you know? Well, it's the same thing day after day, should I say night after night, and it never stops. I wish there was a way to get over it, you know, for people suffering with this shit, and there's just not a way. And it hurts, you know. A lot of depression associated with it. The anxiety is a big part of it too. And sorry about the long video, guys. Thought some things should be said, you know. So, if you have any comments, feel free to get back to me. Thank you, guys. Bye.